All right, here we are, game 2 between iG.Vitality and Vici Gaming. So we get right on into this draft. Vici Gaming has a 1-0 lead over iG.V, looking to close out this upper bracket final 2-0. And let's take a look at the draft already. So Monkey King, Magnus, Shadow Fiend banned out for iG.V, Warlock, and Venge are banned out by Vici. They pick up Crystal Maiden and Omni Knight, and Earth Spirit Centaur are picked up for iG.V. And it was Crystal Maiden first picked for Vici, so I wonder if iG.V felt that they were forced to pick Earth Spirit or if it was going to be part of their draft. Again, Vici go with a similar draft. They pick up Omni Knight, so Crystal Maiden, Omni Knight, and so now they've got Earth Spirit Centaur for iG.V and Crystal Maiden Omni Knight, but now with no Earth Spirit. So it makes me think maybe Vici go with a Tusk, Crystal Maiden Schwan again. And let's see if Omni Knight is going to be an offlaner on Yang one more time, or if they go with something else. I do like this lineup already for Vici. It worked well for them. How could I not? But now the Centaur's out for iG.Vitality, so let's see what they do having that pick in the offlane this time for in July, and seeing that they might have a offlane of Omni Knight on the opponent's team. In terms of a draft right now, no Invoker picked up just yet. No Lina, heroes that we've been seeing a lot in the mid lane, especially Lina for Ori. Maybe a Storm Spirit comes out for them. But just like that, there's the Lina banned out. And let's see if iG.V pick up the Invoker again for Paparazzi. I do like Centaur with an Invoker. So let's see if they do go with the Invoker for Paparazzi now that the Lina has been banned out. And I think Vici banned it out because first pick for the second phase was iG.V. And Paparazzi is a pretty good Lina player as well, and maybe they don't want to be up against that because they want to pick the Invoker, or maybe a Storm Spirit or something like that. They could always throw this Omni Knight 4, pick up like an Axe.
Silencer.
Ooh. So Silencer, he could be 4. I would say he's going to be the mid for iG.Vitality, but again, this is an open-ended pick. Could be the 4 position, Earth Spirit obviously 5, and Silencer mid Paparazzi, or going to be on dogfights. We'll see how they go with that. But Vici, they have the next pick. Now they're going to be going in on a Silencer. They need to know what they're going to be up against and what they can do. So Crystal Maiden, Omni Knight, they've got the slow and the stun from Crystal Maiden, the slow of Omni Knight. Purification, some good early damage, and Repel to get into the face of iG.Vitality, which is good on a hero like PA. And they're actually going to go with the Lifestealer again. So Lifestealer 4 end one more time. Worked out for them last game. Why not use it again? But this time the only difference is they don't have Earth Spirit, and they need a 4 that can help out this Lifestealer. And iG.Vitality, they'll go with the Weaver. So Weaver, Silencer, Centaur, Earth Spirit. Could be the 3 cores of Centaur, Silencer, Weaver, but we'll have to see. Weaver going to be in that safe lane, Centaur going to be in the off lane, or maybe even they go with the Weaver not in the safe lane and put him position 4, and they pick up something like an Alchemist. But that's just, I don't know, ridiculous. Not ridiculous, but not crazy. So Vici, they're on their 4th pick. Lifestealer, Omni Knight, Crystal Maiden. And let's see what they pick up next, with assuming that Omni Knight is in that 3 spot for the off lane. So let's see what they pick. Lifestealer, Omni Knight, Crystal Maiden. Maybe they go back to the PA mid. It would be alright against Silencer. Do I like it up against the rest of this team? Earth Spirit Centaur? Not really. So, you know, it is, again, the reason the PA worked out too in the last game is it's also a carrier for the Lifestealer. So, that's always nice for Vici, and we'll have to see what they want to go with. It looks as though they're just kind of guessing and biding their time, and they do pick up the Storm Spirit, which is interesting. So Storm, Lifestealer, that is a pretty solid combination. They've got the duo of the Lifestealer and the Storm Spirit for that jump in, Ball Lightning, Electric Vortex infest. I like that. So that with Guardian Angel is very good for Storm Spirit too, and the Lifestealer. I like this combination thus far, and if that's the 3 cores for Vici, which I'm not too set on it being the 3 cores for Vici. I'm not too sure that Omni Knight is going to be that offlaner, but it definitely could be, and that's what iG.Vitality are thinking, that Omni Knight's going to be the offlane, and they ban out the Pudge. So Vici, they're in their last ban. They, again, do not know if the Silencer is going to be 4 or mid, so they need to just ban out something that they know that is going to be hard for them to deal with. I don't think they're going to go to that Anti-Mage. They definitely have the opportunity to go to that Anti-Mage. Could put Weaver, again, like I was saying, maybe in the mid or even in that 4 spot, but I doubt it. So they do ban out the OD. They don't think that's going to be a Silencer mid, and they want to be away from that OD because the OD does open up a lot of opportunity for iG.V with the Astral Imprisonment. Astral Imprisonment comes in, locks down the Storm for long enough. All of a sudden, you've got Centaur waiting, and you've got the Hoof Stomp as well as the Double Edge on Storm. And the Silence, so you gotta watch out.
Reserve time, 10 seconds remaining.
Admiral Kunkka.
So they're gonna go Kunkka position 4. I like that. Kunkka is one of those heroes that, you know, he starts off position 4 and can move his way into a core position, and ultimately Vici could have 4 cores on their side. So, Crystal Maiden, Omni Knight, Lifestealer, Storm, Kunkka, I like it. It's a good amount of lockdown. Boat's going to keep alive Storm, Lifestealer, and the rest of the crew, including himself, alive longer. And they can line up the Torrent with even Electric Vortex, Frostbite. So, I wouldn't be surprised with a lineup like this if, again, they go for that bounty rune of iG.Vs and try to force a fight. So iG.V, they're up to their last pick, 22 seconds. They're looking for a mid up against Storm. Maybe they go back to something comfortable like an Invoker for Paparazzi again. Alchemist. But they will go to the Alchemist. And that's going to be Alchemist mid, Weaver safe lane, Centaur off lane, and Earth Spirit 5, Silencer 4. So there's Ags on all these heroes on iG.V. So Vici, they got to be careful. They got to be smart. They got to end this game early. And it's going to be interesting. I think iG.V have a pretty solid draft. But if Vici can shut down this Alchemist, get ahead of him, and really keep the net worth about even, they can win this game. Alchemist, obviously, the telltale sign of an Alchemist not doing well enough is when the net worth is under about 2,000. So
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Whew. So let's see what these teams go to. iG.V, I kind of like it. Alchemist, Weaver, Silencer, Centaur, Earth Spirits, solid Ags on all those heroes, but it's really about the early game for Vici, and that's really going to make or break this game. Early, Vici have a lot of mobility. Once Ori gets level 6, as well as the Lifestealer, they can move around this map and really start to work the pressure on iG.V. While iG.Vitality, they can, you know, work a little bit with the Alchemist and try and keep it close and do something with it. So So let's see, you've got Ori mid on the Storm Spirit and back on the Lifestealer, Xuan on the Crystal Maiden again, Yang back on that Omni Knight, and this time HYM playing the Kunkka. Take a look over, Paparazzi is going to be on the Weaver, so mid Weaver, or actually they might have switched spots, so it could be Paparazzi safely in this game, and Cicada mid, but Cicada's going to be on the Alchemist. We see In July in the offlane role again with the Centaur, Super on the Silencer, and then finally Earth Spirit being played by Dogfights. So, you know, Vici, we're going to have to see what they can do. Again, this is very much early game, what they have to rely on. And that's a lot of pressure on a team. You know when a game goes 20, 25 minutes and you're on a clock, that's a lot of pressure for a team to handle or think about handling, and they need to hope that they can make it, pressure this Alchemist, and hopefully, you know, kind of nullify it. So, let's see if Vici are aggressive. It doesn't look as though they're going to be. Yang is just kind of sitting back for now, and Ori just trying to get this rune. Let's take a look. Is this Cicada or Paparazzi? So it is going to be Paparazzi safe lane. They've swapped positions. And let's see what Paparazzi can do differently up top. And what Cicada can do mid that's really going to make or break this game.
The battle begins.
So bounty runes, of course, Cicada's going to get his. Maybe we'd like to see a little bit of pressure out on Cicada to stop him from getting that bounty rune. So take a look at these lanes. HYM on the Kunkka down low with End in this bottom lane with Xuan on the Crystal Maiden. Let's see if they make a couple rotations there. Take a look over mid. Ori up against Cicada. I could see a couple of potential for kills. Cicada is going to be trying to work level 2, especially with that acid spray. We take a look over top. Yang, he's going to be here up against Super Dogfights and Paparazzi, and that's going to be a tough lane for him. He's going to be trying to grab that purification, keep himself in lane, but ultimately it's going to be pretty hard. So we'll have to see how that works out for him. And Ori, he's going to be able to harass Cicada pre-level 2, especially before that acid spray where he can kind of sit close and use that static remnant to kind of hit some hard damage on Cicada early on. But Cicada, he's just waiting on that acid spray. There's level 2, and that's going to start to ultimately be a problem for Ori, just kind of standing in it and trading blows with Cicada. But again, it did get nerfed. So it's a smaller AoE, gives an opportunity to Ori, but Ori's got to be careful. He's already at about half health, and this is in itself opportunity for iG.Vitality to make one of those Earth Spirit moves and go after Ori if he goes too deep. And that's exactly what they're setting up for already with Dogfights coming over. He's under ward vision, so they're going to spot that out, and he should be all right. Now HYM and Dogfights are just going to trade some blows. HYM, he took Torrent. So we take a look over Ori just sitting out of this acid spray. It's only level 1. It's actually level 2 now. Skips the Grivel Greed level 2, which is usually the case. And let's see how Cicada can do with this with Ori just standing nearby and now having HYM kind of watching his peripherals. So again, Yang, he's just forced to leave lane, use this purification to try and farm as much as he can. But we take a look down at the other side for Vici, where we take a look at End. He's kind of keeping up with this Weaver. He doesn't really have anything up against him except for Dogfights right now. And we'll take a look over mid. Ori is here. And let's see if Kunkka can go in and maybe find a good Torrent. That's exactly what they're going to find, but still in the acid spray. So Static Remnant's going to do a bit of damage to Cicada and ultimately push him away. But they've got to do more to really make it happen and really make something good come of this. And that's exactly what they're going to do. We take a look back over. He's got the Frostbite, going to miss the Torrent. Now Schwan in a bit of trouble as the Crystal Maiden's going to have to run out of this Acid Spray, taking a bit of damage. But they're going to come over, get the kill, or he's going to get first blood. And that's what I was talking about. With Vici up against an Alchemist, you need to shut him down. You need to make sure he doesn't get that huge net worth lead. And with Ori getting first blood, he's going to find himself level 4. Alchemist just got level 4, but he's going to be a tick behind Ori in terms of experience. And now he's going to have to work with possibly just farming mid a little bit longer and then going into the jungle if he can. So again, here's the Acid Spray, Static Remnant one more time. Dogfight's going to show himself. He's level 2, so he does have Boulder Smash and Rolling Boulder under Acid Spray. Well, it would be quite a bit. It would be enough to possibly get a kill on Ori, especially with no Kunkka here and no Crystal Maiden. And that does leave him vulnerable to a couple of kills. So Paparazzi is going to be hit by Purification coming out from Yang. Yang just trying to do what he can. He's level 3, 2 in Purification. It's only 100 mana. Again, that's a third of his mana pool, so that's definitely something to worry about. And double damage coming over. The boulder blocks are there. The boulder blocks. I heard Rolling Boulder coming through. The body blocks are there. Now they've got the Frostbite with the Static Remnant. They get the Torrent as well. And it's another kill for Ori. The double damage comes into his hands. The kill comes into his hands. And again, Vici, they start this game 2-0. And Vici looking, again, stellar in the early game, but it's an Alchemist game. Anything can happen. This game goes too late. Weaver finds his Lincolns, finds his farm, and Alchemist gives everybody an Ags, or starts to give away Agsirs at that point. And then all of a sudden, Vici, they're going to have to be worried. But that is a time away. That is the ultimate opportunity for iG.Vitality and what they need. And now with HYM, has X marks the spot as well as the Torrent. They've got the Frostbite available on this Crystal Maiden. They're going to try and make something happen, and they come through the trees. They're not going to be hit by a tower. The Swarm comes out as well as the Arcane Curse. They're going to get this Torrent up as well as the Purification. He's going to be in a bit of trouble. There's the Crystal Nova. Paparazzi, 1 or 2 more shots. This will be there, and Yang gets the kill. And with the Swarm and the last word, they're going to get the kill onto HYM, so -2. So they get another kill here. Vici, they're in a little bit of trouble. The Rolling Boulder does miss, but they've got the Arcane Curse. They're going to get the Repel, and that's enough to get Yang out. So, Cicada, he's over mid. We take a look. He's got that bottle, but not much else. They're doing a pretty good job at shutting him down at the moment. And Ori, he's found himself 2 early kills. 3-1 in favor of Vici, and again, down bottom end is just getting himself some free farm, and elects to not go for the Midas this time around. And he did go for the Midas. It was a pretty easy game for him in his laning stage, but now he's got the Infest, they've got the Smoke, and let's see who he goes into, and it's going to be Ori, who's also level 6. So they have the opportunity to get some kills, dogfights. He's going to be breaking that Smoke, and he's got the ward, so that's going to spot HYM. But let's see. Again, this is an opportunity for Vici. They're going to go into this jungle. iG.Vitality, they didn't react too well to a Smoke last game, but now they're coming into the jungle. They're going to look towards Cicada. The ward's placed deep. The Smoke is broken, and they're going to look for it. The Courier comes through. He's in between both the Tier 1 and the Tier 2, but they don't find a kill as he gets back in time. So now they change their attention. They head over top, and Schwan, Ori, and End, they're still looking for it. As Paparazzi is just sitting in the trees. He's actually going to TP away, so the Smoke doesn't work out, and the rotations don't work out either for him. So not too bad for Vici. They don't find anything there. Meanwhile, over mid, HYM, he's going to be all right. As we take a look over, it's In July and Dogfights. Meanwhile, bottom, they're going to send over Paparazzi, who's now gone to this off lane. Meanwhile, over towards this jungle, Cicada's going to be caught out for just a moment. The ball lightning's over. They're going to have to use that Stampede. Let's see if they can get the kill. And now TPing over is the Silencer. So they're under Shrine, not a spot that Vici want to fight. And they're going to actually back off for just a moment. But IG, they've got 4 here. There's the Arcane Curse. That's going to be a bit of a slow. They've got the Rolling Boulder as well on Ori. The Boulder Smash comes out on 2. They've got the Hoof Stomp, the Double Edge, and they've got the kill. So they turn it around. Can they get this kill on Schwan? Oh, boy. Wow, that was close. So 3-2. Vici, they got a little greedy. They wanted to farm, and Schwan, did he TP bottom? Yeah, I guess he did. that once they didn't get the kill on Cicada, I think you need to retreat fully, not stay too close, because you're staying there, you're by a shrine, they use it, they heal everybody up on iG.V, and that's their moment to fight. So now Cicada's going to TP out again. We take a look over low. Paparazzi trading shots with End, who's going to use that time lapse, or Paparazzi's going to use the time lapse as well as the Shikuchi. So they fight each other, but that's a bit of it, and that's it. So Boulder Smash comes through. It is going to hit on the Kunkka, but there's the ball lightning through. The silence comes out with the geomagnetic grip, and now it looks as though they'll get the kill on Dogfights. Another kill for Ori, and that's a good one to get back after he just died over in the jungle. So Ori just going to continue to farm. He's level 7, top of the net worth. Following that is the Lifestealer, and he's got those phase boots, looking for the armlet next. And let's see what End can do with that. We take a look over at iG.V. They've been farming for a little bit now, and Alchemist, he's almost got himself that armlet. Let's see if Lifestealer can get an armlet before an Alchemist. That would be pretty interesting. We take a look over top as they are going to get that kill on Yang, and that is 3 heroes to get this one kill. And let's see, what was it? Thanks. Thank you, Fight Recap. I'll assume it was Rolling Boulder, Boulder Smash, Hoof Stomp, Double Edge, and last word to finish him off, -2. So they give up the kill on Yang. Not terrible. Yang had a pretty good game last game, so him a little bit stunted is better for iG.V. But again, they've lost this Alchemist a couple of times, and he's not farming really as well as an Alchemist does. So maybe it's going to be a slow snowball for iG.V, and Vici need to take advantage of this. But iG.V, they're okay now with the fact that both teams are kind of sitting back, not being too aggressive. So now 3 up top for Vici. Their position 3 as well as their supports. We take a look over. Actually, Cicada is going to be spotted by End, who's got that haste. He'll just retreat, but now they know where he is, and actually no deep ward placed by Vici at all. And their warding is non-existent at the moment. A lot of good warding for iG.Vitality. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to take advantage of it. So take a look up top. Things kind of getting a little slower, but Yang, HYM, they'll be okay and content with taking this top tier 1. And they'll get the glyph, they'll force it out. They lost their tier 1 bottom, so let's see if the rotations come out from iG.V. You just kind of hope that something comes out if you're iG.V, but they're okay with giving up a tier 1 tower, and they're going to look to smoke. They're going to look to find a kill, and that's possibly going to come mid on Ori, but Ori is a tough target to kill. He stays over in mid, he's under tower, and the Centaur have his blink? He does, so this is where they're going to try and show it. And it's actually, they made their movement over down bottom. So they really want to show off this blink. Paparazzi, he's under tower, and he's sitting nearby. Actually, up top is where the fight's going on. Cicada's going to be killed. They've got a kill coming over already for Vici, and they're going to look over towards Dogfights. He's going to use that Magnetize. And now it's going to be the Repel that saves the life of Ori. But Ori's got to back off as the Swarm's coming in. It's going to be out on Ori. And now they're going to use the Purification and then the Guardian Angel to get Ori out. But the stun comes through, and now he's low on mana. He might be dead to rights. Here comes the Stampede. Ori trying to give it all he's got, but he finds nothing. And they also get the kill on Yang. So Vici staying a little bit too much. iG.V, they lose Cicada, but getting a kill on 2 cores, that's okay. A bit of gold going their way. Ori, again, just getting caught out. He doesn't have that Bloodstone, doesn't have that good mana regen, and he'll be found out again. The Boulder Smash comes through from the Earth Spirit, and 2 for 1. iG.V are happy with that, now tied at 5. So even at 5, net worth in the favor of iG.V by 1,000. But again, the telltale signs of an Alchemist that's struggling is a net worth that's under 2,000. So let's see. Again, they come into this jungle. They don't really ward it up too much. Yeah, they've got this ward here to try and spot these two camps, but they're only going to spot Paparazzi with it. They want to know where Cicada is at all times so they can continue to shut him down. 1, 2, 3. They've got the smoke available out on the Crystal Maiden. We'll see if they go with that. And then we take a look over at Cicada. He's just continuing to farm. He's looking for that Radiance now, and ultimately going to be going for the Manta Octarine Core Ace, possibly an AC after that. But we'll see if he does choose to go that direction. So Cicada is mid, but the backup is there from Super Dogfights and Paparazzi. Let's see if they go for it. N's going to show himself. And again, they still have this blink with the Hoofstomp of In July, but he's bottom. So he's not nearby at the moment, but he's going to make his rotation over. And let's see if iG.V, and no, he's not. Let's see if iG.V want to work for a fight, or they're just looking to counter. And that's really all they should be doing. They're looking to keep Cicada alive, keep him up enough so he can farm and ultimately get 6-slotted and work towards getting himself some nice farm. So, it's 1-0 in favor of Vici right now. Yang, he got that Midas, and that'll push him forward. He's looking for the mech, ultimately, the Guardian Greaves, which is good for Yang. I can't remember off the top of my head what he had last time, but we'll see how this works out for him with a Midas. He's not getting too bothered in this top lane at the moment because they know the threat is mid by Vici. So, and he's nearby. He's got himself that armlet. He's looking for the Desolator next, and Paparazzi nearby. I think he's really just trying to bait out, and we take a look up top as Cicada's made his way over, and Yang is actually TP'd back to base. So HYM is here, and let's see. Let's take a look at Ori. He really wants that Bloodstone desperately. He needs that regen, and that's the item that really pushes a Storm up and over into a case where he should be okay. So the Arcane Curse comes out. They know that they've got a Silencer nearby, and he's going to be healed up. And now Sean comes over. They're going to get the Ball Lightning over onto Dogfights. He's going to hit him with the Boulder Smash, but now here comes a big Torrent, as well as the boat. They've got the Global Silence, but is this going to be enough? He's going to try and activate that try, but now it's not enough for Dogfights to survive. Rolling on Ball Lightning out, and Ori gets out alive. A lot of rolling and a lot of Boulder and Ball and Lightning. So many words that just can seem like the same thing at times, but it's a 1-for-0 trade, and Global Silence taken out. So now no Global Silence. This is where Vici want to try and work for a tower, maybe a couple of kills. Super's very vulnerable at the moment, and let's see if they go in again. Ori's kind of off and back, and they're actually going to glyph up and then deny this tower. But Vici, they're still looking for an opportunity. We take a look, but this is what's good. This is what's good about iG.Vitality right now. They're distracting Vici mid. Meanwhile, Cicada, he's already got himself enough money for that Sacred Relic, and he's looking for that Radiance. So Cicada, he's been kind of off the map. He's got himself another Bounty Rune, and Vici, they need to make something happen about this. Otherwise, they're going to be in a bit of trouble. They had this Alchemist shut down for the first 5 minutes or so, but now that he's kind of being forgotten about, he's made up some of that farm, and he sits top of the net worth, and the net worth spread is now 3,000. Not exactly as big as you'd want it for an Alchemist, but it's there. It's good enough. And now over by the shrine, that shrine that's not available, we take a look over at Cicada. Cicada's going to be spotted. There's the X marks the spot, as well as the boat with the Torrent. They're going to get it. The Ball Lightning comes through. Cicada's going to be dead one more time. So Vici, they don't forget. They look over, and they know that they're going to get this kill on Cicada, and they're going to slow down that Radiance. That's exactly what they need. And that's what Vici need to do to really make work of this game, because they know Alchemist is where the trouble is going to start, and that's where the hill that iG.Vitality can snowball with starts. That's where the ball's going to be pushed over, and the speed continues, and iG.Vitality can snowball down this game if Vici aren't too careful. So you take a look over, Paparazzi, he's very close to that Lincoln's. In July, he's already got this Hooded Defiance as well as the Blink Dagger, so he's doing pretty nicely in terms of farm. So again, Vici, they still need to watch out. Weaver leads net worth, other than Alchemist, over the 3 cores of Vici. So he's farming very well. And that is something that Vici need to worry about.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You know, iG.V, they're looking to make their time. That's all they need to win this game. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're making their time for their Alchemist Cicada. He's got himself that Sacred Relic and only about 500 gold away from getting himself that Radiance. We take a look down low. They're not going to be able to find this Weaver. He's already TP'd out. And iG.V, again, making Vici move around. And they're not finding anything with the movement right now. So Bloodstone's there for Storm. That's a big item for a Storm Spirit with that regen. And they'll have to see if they can use it to their advantage. And we take a look over at Dogfights. He's got Tranquils. Paparazzi, again, he's close to that and actually has that Lincoln Sphere. And then over on Centaur, again, Hooded Defiance as well as that Blink Dagger. So they're very deadly on iG.V. You know, the heroes of Centaur and Weaver. That's enough to hold out for iG.V. Make the space for Vici, because just those two heroes alone are something to worry about if you're Vici. So let's see what Vici can do. They're now sitting still just 2,000 net worth down. And Vici, they're just content to farm right now. And I'm not too sure that's the best move. They are looking for the Guardian Greaves out on Yang. We take a look over it, and he's got himself that Desolator coming through in the Courier. Maybe that's their moment to make something happen. They're going to look for the Infest. They're going to look for the Ball Lightning. And from there, they're going to try and work. But they got to be worried about the Global Silence coming through, because a 5-on-5 team fight against iG.Vitality is not going to be easy against that Global Silence. These are heroes on Vici that really do rely on their spells. Actually, iG, they've come into the Roche Pit, so nobody on the map for iG.V. Let's see if Vici spot this out and what they can do. This is a Roche down very low, coming over. There's the Crystal Nova. Is there a ward here that spots out that rotation? No. Not yet, at least. So this Roche is very low. Boulder Smash comes in. iG.V, they might look to go back in. They know it's very low. They know they want to take this Aegis, and an Aegis for iG.Vitality at this moment in time is very crucial. Because that opens up the time they need. And this right here, the back and forth, is opening it up for Cicada too. He's continuing to farm. He's 500 gold away from the Boots of Travel, and he's going to be spotted. Let's see what happens. Actually, it's nothing, but it's a 5-man smoke that comes out from iG.Vitality. They're going to try and make a play on end. They're going to get the Global Silence. They're not going to be able to get himself the Rage. He's going to be taken down very low. There's the last word, and that's going to be a kill. So they've already taken out end. They're going to continue to look for more. The Global Silence is used, so they should be able to back off Vici and secure Roche for iG.V, and that's exactly what they want. There is no end for 40 seconds. iG.V, they're going to try and take out this Roche. With the Acid Spray, it should be a little bit faster. Let's see if they go in. Actually, Cicada's going to be very low. The Lincoln Sphere is popped on him, and now he's going to get low. He's going to die. So now they're coming in. They're going to get the Purification. It's going to be out on 2. They're going to get iG.V very low. And now they're going to use the Timeless from Paparazzi. They're going to get the Silence on through from HYM, and now they've got the Frostbite coming through on to this Earth Spirit. And the Guardian's Angel is used, but nobody coming through from iG.V. They lose Cicada, and that is huge, as End is going to come back up, and they might be able to secure this Roche themselves. That is a huge change, but iG.V, they're looking to come back in. That was a Blink Hoof Stomp attempt, but now with the Ball Lightning in between 3, there's the Infest. They've got the Electric Vortex out on the Earth Sphere. They've got Angel Eye very low. Dogfight's going to be the next one to drop. Now they're looking for more. They're going to look to get Super. The Purification comes out on Chuan, and now they look to continue on to this Silencer, but I don't know if he has enough. There's the mech, and now it's just Paparazzi who runs away and skitters to his safety. Wow. Vici play that so well without end, and they play it well enough to take out 4 on iG.Vitality, steal the Aegis, and with that, Vici, they put themselves ahead. It's just, to me, that's a botch play by iG.Vitality. They just, I think it was the armlet toggling of Alchemist Cicada. He just gets caught out, and a perfectly placed Crystal Nova allows Ori to come through. So Vici, they're now up 11-6. They take the first to 10 kills. And the net worth, it's about even. And again, what I was saying is anything under 2K, you know you're in a bad spot if you're an Alchemist. He's got himself Boots of Travel. He's looking for the Manta style next. But Vici, they're going to look to roll with this at Aegis. They've got the Aegis out on Ori. He got 4 charges already on that Bloodstone. And a thing about Bloodstone is a quick death can nullify it. But quick charges, that makes it way worth it. Because Vici have taken this Aegis iG.Vitality, they now need to sit back and just farm away. They can't really be aggressive. They have to sit back. They have to let these towers fall. And Vici, they're going to take this advantage as much as they can. Paparazzi, his farm's okay. He's looking for the Diffusal Blade. He's not too far off of that. And then we took a look over at Cicada, who's only going for that Manta style. You think to yourself, 23, 24 minutes in, you think an Alchemist would have just a little bit more. But he's been pretty nullified 1-4-1, and that is ultimately going to be trouble for iG.V if Vici keep the pressure on. So we take a look up top. Continuing to farm our way is Paparazzi. Swarm going to be a little bit mistimed, but he's still sitting, waiting in the wing. Does have that Diffusal Blade coming out for him. And now Ori, he's got the Infest of End on this Lifestealer, and he's going for that Orchid, which is a big item here, because the silence that comes out for iG.Vitality, the global silence, that's pretty much a one-off. And if Vici can survive the onslaught that comes from that global silence, they can turn the fight around now with an Orchid that's going to be coming through for Ori, and if End can survive it, there's really not much else they can do, as they're going to have Omni Knight coming in pretty nice and well with the Guardian Angel, as well as the Purification Repels that are going to come through on his teammates that keep them alive. So, and he's got this Desolator. He's looking for a Manta style of his own. And we take a look over at Ori again, who's got that full Orchid now, looking for a BKB. We take a look at Cicada, who's continuing to just try and farm his way back. The pipe in full out for in July, and Cicada has the full Manta of his own. So the pressure continued to be put on by Vici. iG.Vitality just looking to make as much space as they can, and Paparazzi's going to try and do a good job of this by taking this bottom tier 2, but he's already lost a mid tier 2 of his own. So not going to get it. The TP rotations come in. They lose their mid tier 2, and TPing out is Paparazzi, but it forces the rotation, and Vici, they can't be too aggressive with this Aegis at the moment. You know, that with the Aegis, of course, you thought that Vici, or I thought personally that Vici were going to be a little bit more aggressive with it. Of course, they took a couple of towers, but I thought they were going to fight a little bit more, because an Aegis for iG.Vitality would have opened up the farming for them, and that's where Vici would have been hurt hard. But with the Aegis of their own, I thought maybe they'd be a bit more aggressive, shut down Cicada a little bit more, and look to finish the game. But they've sat back and given an opportunity to Cicada to now work on this Octarine core. So iG.V, they know that Vici are probably going to come looking for him. Vici know that they're on a bit of a timer, and he's actually going to walk right into Cicada. The rest of the team is there. He's going to blink in. There's the, or he's actually not going to blink in. He's going to ball lightning in. He's actually going to get that electric vortex. There comes the nice global silence, but it's a little late on Cicada, who's getting very low. He's going to be killed off, but the Magnetize comes out on 3, as well as the Hoof Stomp. Guardian's Angel comes through. They've only lost the Crystal Maiden for now. They're going to work on the Dogfight, the Earth Spirit. He's going to be taken out, as well as the X marks the spot out on the Centaur Warrunner. He's going to be hit by the X marks the spot, as well as the Torrent. He's going to be taken out, zipping on forward with the ball lightning. He's going to be Ori, but he's not going to get the kill on Silencer, and the only one left alive is Paparazzi, still around, as well as the Silencer, who gets out super. So again, Vici, they knew they had to make something happen in that fight, and they knew with the Aegis at its last moments, that was their opportunity. It did expire during that fight, and they only lost Crystal Maiden and the Kunkka. So that's not bad. They'll take out their 2 supports for the cores of iG.Vitality in a fight which I thought was going to go iG.Vitality's way. They got the Global Silence out at a nice time, but it was, to me, I thought it was good, and then I kind of second-guessed myself as Cicada was already very low. That Global Silence came out, and Ori was going in deep, but the good thing on the back end was the Blink Hook Stomp. That came out on 3, but it wasn't enough to keep alive iG.Vitality. I know I'm going back and forth. It was good, it was bad, it was good, it was bad, but, you know, maybe a hair earlier, Cicada lives there and turns the fight around. Now at 19 Bloodstone charges for this Storm Spirit. Let's see if they make a look over mid in July. The rest of the team, they're smoked up. Sitting in the wing is Ori, but he actually does show himself. He's infested. So Yang, Ori, Xuan, they're going to charge up that stun. They're going to repel off. The Boulder Smash is going to come through, but it's not going to hit on anybody. There's the stun. The Electric Vortex comes out on Cicada. They're also going to get this boat as well as the Torrent. They've already taken him out. So he's going to continue to ball lightning up for more. He's going to look to get in July. He's going to be hit with those open wounds. In July is going to fall. And now we look at the back end as Paparazzi. He's going to try and make something happen. He's going to use that time lapse to try and get out. But he's hit by that X marks the spot as well as the Torrent coming in as Ori. He's going to get another kill. 3 dead on iG.V. So all 3 cores die on iG.V, Vici taking full advantage, and they do a very good job of doing so. It is amazing what Vici has been doing to shut down this Alchemist. A game in which maybe you thought iG.V, if they just got enough time, they'd be able to bring their team back into it. And it's not that the farm hasn't been bad by Weaver, and to start it wasn't bad by Centaur, but Alchemist, he just doesn't have that much of farm, that much of a spread on the rest of Vici, and already 30 minutes in, they are losing a tower and a set of racks over mid, and that is not good in the eyes of iG.V. I don't know how it could be good, but it is terrible this early on, and with Alchemist still struggling a little bit, it might even get worse as Vici continue to roll forward. So iG.V, they still got to work their way back into this, and it's not over by any means. iG.V, they still have an Alchemist. They can still pull themselves out of the hole and, you know, get themselves this Octarine core on Cicada, start to work, and get the Ags on the rest of the team. A nice time-lapse on Alchemist could keep him alive, and that would be generally pretty good. Paparazzi's going to come over. There's the Glimmer Cape used by Xuan, but he's got the Swarm on him. Not going to matter. They're going to get the kill. So Paparazzi with a good pickoff. And Ori is infested with End. He's got himself that Manta Style. Those are illusions coming through with the Radiance, but they know that Cicada is nearby. Those illusions don't last too long. So they know he's got to be close. And there's the ball lightning. That's going to come over. The Global Silence already used, but it's going to be used just to not even keep his life up. So no Global Silence, no Silencer for 52 seconds. And that's or 52, what am I saying? 32 seconds. And iG.Vitality, again, are put back on their heels. It's just tough because that's what they try to use to turn these fights around. And really, every single time, it hasn't worked out for them. They've used this Global Silence, but Vici, they're fighting through the onslaught that comes after it. And they're not going to find it. And they actually get the scan out on iG.V. So they're going to come in, and there's Roche, but they're going to be spotted already by Ori. There's the Infest as well as the Pop It with Ori coming in with the Electric Vortex. They get the kill on the Air Spirit. They're looking for more. They're looking to get Paparazzi. Paparazzi's going to use that Shrine as well as the Shikuchi. He does have Time-Lapse available. They're going to pop that Lincolns. There's the X marks the spot. The Time-Lapse is not going to get him out. There's the BKB used as well as Boat with the Torrent. And they get Paparazzi again. They're going to have to Stampede to retreat on iG.Vitality, and Vici, Guardian Greaves, and back into the Roche Pit they go. So Vici, they're looking to take the Aegis and Cheese here 32 minutes in. And there it is. So with the tier 3s down, they can get that extra gold with the Shrines. Looking for an AC as End. Not too far away from it. Ori, he's got that double damage now with Gem on him. 25 Bloodstone charges. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them just go right back in and look for the fight and the final blow in iG.Vitality. Take a look over at iG.Vitality. Sakata's got himself that Octarine core. And he's actually going to be looking for Shiva's next. We take a look over at iG.V. He's got that 4-stiff, and he's surprisingly going to be looking for an Ags of his own. Alchemist, you're not farmed enough, and as such, I will be purchasing this myself. Thanks for nothing. Paparazzi, he's going to be looking over for that Bloodthorn, and he's got that Orchid already. Let's see if that's enough, and already Vici have been able to survive the global silence. So one more silence, maybe it's going to turn things for iG.Vitality, but again, Vici, they've done a very good job around the global silence. I'm not too sure an Orchid's going to make a difference until Bloodthorn comes out for Paparazzi. So no end. Just taking a little bit of harassment. He does not have that Aegis. It's on Ori, I assume. And I don't see. Jeez, that was third, right? Or am I confused with the last game? Oh my god, I might be confused with the last game. There's the Manta style. They're going to get the pushback. There's Ori coming with the ball lightning. They're going to use the Stampede as well as get the hoof stomp. There's the global silence to slow down the side of Vici for just a moment. The Boulder Smash comes on through, but he's BKB'd up. He's got that Aegis as well. And with the global silence gone, Vici might be able to reset, go back in, and look to take this top set. Let's see. No cheese. Am I wrong? Courier, you have cheese. Was that not the third Roche? There he goes in with the ball lightning, as well as the Infest. They're going to get him out for just a moment, but he's still with that ball lightning. The Torrent comes through, as well as the boat. They're going to get down. This Alchemist already with the Frostbite coming in, as well as the Ulti from Crystal Maiden. They get two all in a quick succession, and now the buybacks there from Sakata. That is a last-ditch effort. They're going to get the stun as well as the Magnetize, but what can they do? Magnetize reapplied, but backing out is Vici. They're going to smoke in. They're looking to be aggressive again. They know they have this Ceterax down mid, and they're going to come right back in. And oh boy, Sakata, he's in a bad spot. There's the Orchid as well as the Electric Vortex. There's the Crystal Nova to follow it up. They're going to continue to work on Sakata. He's dead for 86 seconds. No buyback. They'll work further on dogfights, and he'll be dead. The dog is gone, and Paparazzi is next. The Paparazzi, these are stars on Vici, and they want you gone. And they will say good day with you, sir, and good day with iG.V as they take this series 2-0. 35 minutes in, beating an Alchemist draft of iG.V. They take game 1 with ease. Game 2, a little bit more of a struggle, but they take that well. And Vici Gaming, they are your upper bracket champs. And iG.V will drop down bottom towards the lower bracket of this Star Ladder Chinese qualifier, and they'll look to make it back into the finals. So Vici, 2-0. They had a great start, continued to shut down this Alchemist. Let's take a look over at this scoreboard. 14-2 Ori. Doesn't tell me charges were on this. I would assume about 30. And then End, 7-1-11. They just couldn't make it happen. 0-7 again for Dogfight. Super only 4-2. Sakata, that's the big stat line. 1-8-3. He had the farm, but at 30-something minutes, it's not the farm he wanted and not where he needed it to be to bring this team ahead. So Vici, they win 2-0, and they're going to move on. And that is an amazing series from Vici. They're now 6-0 with Schwan, and they'll continue to work on forward to qualify for Star Ladder. And we'll be back in just a moment. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. Tweet at me. Tell me how you feel about my casting and how I'm doing. All criticism is very much appreciated. So we'll be back in just a moment. Here comes some more music. Thank you guys for watching.